Support for the show can be you. Go to patreon.lux.b and sign up there to get access to ad-free shows and a lot of other behind-the-scenes goodies. Lux Media just relaunched the merch shop, and there's a lot of new stuff going up all the time. Shop.lvx.be and get yourself hooked up. Patreon subscribers, that's patreon.lvx.be, get 20% off codes every single month. So it's ad-free and it's discounts. I don't know what else more you want.
The B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
All right, let's fucking boogie. Loose lips sink ships. Oh, man.
Loose lips sink ship.
The boxing B-sides. We are fucking back. Oh, my goodness. There's way too much to go on. We're going to skip a lot of the fucking preamble. If you want to hear the preamble, you're going to have to go check us out on Patreon. But I'm joined by the one and only Alex. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, guys? What's up, man? Glad to
And
be here again.
we got somebody new. Josh, what's up, buddy?
Hell yeah. Doing good.
Welcome on, Josh.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I got a good feeling
This is
about
gonna be
this.
so.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hyped.
Before we get
yeah.
to the boxing, we gotta extend the olive branch of friendship to our compatriots over on the Ultimate Fucking Casuals. UFC 313 is coming up this weekend. The main event. If you don't know anything else, the main event is fucking electric. It's really, really good, and the card itself.
Oh, yeah.
Is stacked.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking stacked. This is worth watching, even if you don't really care about MMA. That's fine. Alex Pereira's he's a big time striker, heavy hands. Light heavyweight over there.
Always fun to watch.
Yeah, light heavyweight over there is about cruiserweight in the boxing world, so that's what you're looking at. But we'll be talking about that over there. So wherever you're listening to this, you can find Ultimate Effing Casuals there too. Oh man, into some recaps. Let's get the quick shit out of the way. The Chicken Bacon Ranch Casino Pro Box. Only two I kept. Emiliano Moreno.
Pro Box always delivers fire cards.
They do. We say it every time. To be the Pro Box, you don't have to know who these people are. You don't have to be a fucking sicko like me. You can just watch, and it'll be entertaining.
Have a good time.
Yeah, it's just a good time. It's unfortunate they moved to Saturdays. This was their last Wednesday card.
Yeah.
I like
The Wednesday cards were always so good.
Yeah, it was always fun. Just jumping in the chat with everybody and watching the fights.
Yeah.
Having something to look
Crack
forward
open
to.
a beer after work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was like our Thursday night football. It was like our Thursday night football.
It is. That's
Yeah.
a good analogy. That's perfect. That's exactly
That's a good
what it
analogy.
is. Emiliano Moreno gets a stoppage in 7 over Cesar Francis, and Gabriel Flores Jr. UD. We're so back, baby. Gabe Flores.
We are so-
Sacktown represent. Another quick one. Luis Neri stops Kyonosuke Kameda in the 7th. Domination. Kyonosuke was game. It was like one of those too tough for his own good kind of things. It's unfortunate. Neri's got some heavy ass hands, so it's a scary prospect to be too tough for yourself. All right, are we ready for Riyadh?
The big
I'm
one.
saving my breath for this one.
This is why we're here. This is what gets the
The
people
new
going.
best card of all time. Thank you.
His excellence.
That's what they always say. His Excellency
His
always
Excellency.
says.
Best card of all time. All right, let's start from the bottom up as always. Callum Smith versus Joshua Buatsi. This was a version of Callum Smith that I did not expect. I honestly had kind of written him off, and I was expecting Buatsi to just kind of not steamroll, but like Neri with Kameda, just too much. And Callum Smith in the latter stages of his career not being able to keep up. What did you guys see?
I was surprised by Callum Smith this fight. I'll be the first to admit it. I honestly thought Joshua Buatsi was gonna knock him out. I said on the last podcast that I thought Callum Smith was kind of done for, but he's still got a little bit of life in him.
Yep.
He's got that Derek Chisora lifeblood right
It's
there.
the Derek Chisora. No, I honestly, Buatsi's someone that like, just in like depth of resume hadn't shown anything that like. I'm surprised Callum Smith was able to hang in there, like under that type of pressure, considering how quickly he wilted against Canelo and how he fades. But it's just something where you see Buatsi's ceiling if you're a little cynical about him. And I think both of them make a very fun fight with Anthony Yard.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because they're never gonna win like a world title
Oh no.
with how stacked the division is. But I don't
you never
even
know.
think like, well, with how stacked it is, like top heavy it is,
Mm-hmm.
like even like that second tier of like Morel Benavidez, I think it's a bit one sided. But like that like tier of like if Joe Smith were still in the division, like
Joe Smith
that
Jr.
tier of or Joe Smith Jr. is still in the division.
Anthony
that
Yard.
would be those would be fun fights. Yard is it's such a fun, like I want to see Smith and Yard go at it so bad.
Gvozdyk can maybe get another shot at interim if he wanted to.
Yeah, Gvozdyk Buatsi is also a good one actually.
My thing with Callum
It's
Smith
not
is that if Bivol vacates his title, which we'll talk about right now, but if he were to go up to, let's say,
Yeah.
cruiserweight, then he would get the title because Callum Smith is now the interim champion, correct?
Yes, interim WBO.
Yeah,
So yeah, in theory, he could potentially get the title, and they
Yeah.
could hold on to that. So I mean, he might just be a champion soon. You never know.
fair.
But overall, that was a good fight. I like that fight a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Leo. I did tell you, remember that fight was going to be unexpectedly good. I didn't even think it was going to be that good. You know.
Yeah. I'm wondering how would either of these guys, particularly Callum Smith since he's the winner, but how would he fare against like David Morrell based on what we saw against Benavidez? Is Benavidez too good and Morrell too inexperienced? Would Callum Smith has a similar level of experience, like elite level experience that David Benavidez does? Hasn't always been, he's not 100% green on the board, like with wins across the board,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I just think
Can Smith
he's not.
hang with
It's the
Morrell?
explosiveness though. Benavidez, it's just the explosiveness difference. Like I feel like it kind of caught Morrell cold. Aside from the obvious depth and gap in experience, but unless Callum Smith can really assert himself early, and even then, Morrell has so much fucking heart.
Yeah, he does.
Lesser
I think-
men get stopped against Benavidez like that.
I think Morrell takes down Callum Smith and both him and Joshua Buatsi.
Yeah,
And that's not really me being biased. It's just more so that he's young and he's hungry.
I guess just an athleticism difference. Like Callum Smith is, not to discredit the man at all, but he is. It's just not on that. Like he's just not explosive enough to take advantage of those lapses that Morrell often has in his defense without taking excessive punishment in return.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, he also doesn't really have the speed to also take advantage of the openings that Morrell has.
Yeah.
Whereas
Not to say-
David Benavidez was he had quick hands that fight, so he was able to catch David Morrell a lot that night.
He's explosive and he sets traps, which is not something that Smith is particularly good at.
Yeah, Smith is like this kind of like the run of the mill British heavier fighter. you
Hey,
know?
he's got heart though. He's got heart
He's got
and like
heart.
actual
Hey.
heart.
I was about to say he's kind of like he's kind of the Brits are similar to Mexicans. I think I mentioned in the last podcast too. Actually, the Brits are similar to Mexicans to where they have a certain style, but they got heart. They got a lot of heart.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something that like you kind of have to. I feel like you kind of you throw Yard in there and like you kind of Morrell. Not to say like Morrell. They need like another kind of touch before stepping up to that like kind of like S tier of the division, I guess. Because even if it's top heavy, there's still like such a gap between that top and like these top 10 guys. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. The guys at the top are pound for pound the best in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
The top two,
So
at the very least.
you can make the argument for both, but besides being S tier, it's like there's a lot of A's and B's that can go at.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not that they're any bad. It's just that like I feel like it's more fun to see if we can kind of shine a diamond out of this A B tier
Yeah, sure.
than just shatter it against in an uncompetitive matchup. Honestly, like this fight this fight and the next one that we're gonna talk about, it should have been higher up on the card because they're quality matchups.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Well, I disagree. I think the thing is, on paper, this fight really should have been at the bottom, but how it played out, it could have been a co-main.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess it's me being more down on Buatsi than anything.
yeah. I
Like it
agree.
depends on it's the perception of the fighters, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm wondering, I'm looking at just ESPN, so take it with a grain of salt, but their rankings are for light heavyweight, their top 10 is like genuinely dog shit right now. But so Archer, Beterbiev, and Bivol are the top 2. No shit. To me, that's the S tier. And Benavidez is sitting alone in an A tier. And I'm wondering if who else might be with Benavidez.
Well, it's like an A+, A- with like Morel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like with Morel, it genuinely just is like that championship experience. Because like what? Yeah, he's gone 12 once. Like Benavidez has been on a tear up.
I disagree. I mean, I agree that it's an A plus B, A plus A-, but I still think Morel still has to prove himself.
Yeah.
To be an A-, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like that's why you make Callum Smith and Yard, and then you.
I would like to see probably either Anthony Yard versus Morel or Morel versus Callum Smith, and then see where he goes from there.
I like that a lot.
That would be a good Riyadh card too. They worked with Morel in the past, so I mean, I think
even Morel. I feel like for the fun factor, I feel like Morel Yard is the way to go, though.
Yeah, that'd be dynamite.
Like, because Yard, like Yard held up pretty good against Beterbiev.
Yeah, I was just trying to find how long he went. 8 out of 12, so that's actually pretty damn good.
And for a defense that leaky, for a defense that leaky, like that's because like they like not to put Yard down, but his defense is basically just vibes. His defense is basically just vibes.
That's the best. That's the best way I've heard.
Defense. What else do you need?
It's just vibes, like.
I do not vibe with that punch. I'm gonna take
it's just the athleticism. Like a guy like Beterbiev, like the traps he sets offensively just doesn't. But with Morel, you really see whether like Benavidez was actually that much ahead of him, or if it was more shortcoming from Morel. I agree there.
Deficiencies versus proficiencies in Benavidez. Yeah, we gotta keep moving though, because like there's a lot of
so much. Yeah.
This is fucking Cal Smith.
But we're gonna be talking about this is gonna be the bulk of the episode, so fucking buckle in. Moving up to Virgil Ortiz gets a UD over Madrimov. Interim WBC 154 title was on the line.
Let's go, my man.
Virgil Bros up.
This is probably the best fight on the card, other than probably the best fight in the card from like a consistent like fun factor.
Yeah, I agree. It was gangbusters. I mean, what was it, a war? Not really. For the first half of the fight, it was mainly a technical battle. But that second half, ooh boy, that second half was dynamite.
Virgil's jab is just so effective in letting him build his offense off of it.
The one thing that surprised me about Virgil this time was not even his offense; it was his defense. He was so patient with the defense that I was surprised. There was this one time that Madrimov, he just kept throwing, and I think it was 11th, right? And Virgil Ortiz just kept blocking and moving. I didn't know that he kind of had that in him, you know? I thought he would get kind of careless near the end.
Yeah. Well, you saw it in the Boachuk fight. Like, Boachuk is like extremely competent, and also just from Virgil's early career, you would have expected him to get nailed by counters like that, but no, like he's really. He's still with Robert Garcia, right?
Yeah.
Super credit to Robert Garcia for like patching up those, like that impulsiveness that showed itself pretty earlier in his career.
Yeah,
for sure.
he never. I thought that Madrimov was gonna have a different approach because, like in the first
Yeah.
half, like you were saying, Alex, it was like a tactical, technical sort of battle, and then he's like, "Oh shit! Well, this is getting me nowhere. Time to throw caution to the wind and start throwing punches and seeing what lands." But Virgil Ortiz, adaptability, versatility, he worked through all of it, and yeah, big ups to Robert Garcia. The man is having a stellar year.
Yeah.
One fight notwithstanding,
Weirdly enough, I think it was a bit more it was more convincing for sure than Crawford's win over Madrimov, just because you saw more gears that Virgil could go through. Like Crawford can adjust, but just in terms of pace, like
yeah.
it's
Ooh.
like, there's more to this than just making the technical adjustments. There's like how many gears can you really go through?
Is that controversial right there? Is that a controversial take? That Virgil was a little more technical than Crawford?
In his
No,
win
it's not
versus
even like-
Madrimov, specifically.
It is win first Madrimov specifically.
Yeah, Madrimov, yeah.
Yeah, like where you say like it's a common opponent. Madrimov is a weird opponent too, so it's
Mhm.
not, especially because Virgil definitely had time to adjust to this weight. Crawford came off like beating the shit out of Spence, moved up a weight class off a long layoff,
Mhm.
and whereas like Virgil's acclimatized here.
True. Yeah.
It's actually facts.
Different circumstances, but for sure, I just feel like Virgil. It's definitely a youth thing, but Virgil just has more gears to go through athletically than Crawford does at this point.
There was this one time during the fight, I forgot which round it was in, but it was just so beautiful. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Virgil was pawing at Madrimov, and he pretended to he pulled down his glove, right, and he was gonna.
Oh, I
looked like he was gonna go.
yeah.
He was gonna throw that. He was gonna throw the body, right, and then he went over the top. Oh my god, that was one of the most beautiful things I've seen from Virgil. I'm not fanboying here because Virgil's my guy. I'm obviously gonna be biased to this, but
No, it's
I-
just fluid. It's just fluid though.
his offense was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it was spectacular. I think it's probably one of, if not his best performance of his career. I mean, I'm excited to see where he goes from this. I mean, I hope that he gets a title shot, hopefully from Fundora if he wins this next fight. But we'll see what happens.
154 is exciting. Like it's exciting like it was a couple years ago, but like
Mhm.
it's not in that like everyone can beat each other, but in the sense that they're all talented, they're not all equally flawed.
Yeah, I mean, the styles are going to make the fights.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean,
No one has any super deficiencies except for maybe Sue.
we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah.
That one's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see.
For sure.
So, but actually, before we keep going with Virgil's next options, I wanted to ask, what can Madrimov do from here? Because I think the Bohachuk fight is still on the table.
That's
Oh, absolutely. That's a fun fight. But
it's
I
still
think
good.
the thing is that like that fight is a headliner in its own. Like just
Well-
think, and also both guys have been off of like pretty grueling series of fights. Like you can. I'm not gonna say the word marinate because it's like a dirty word in boxing, but
yeah.
it's a dirty word. But
It's very dirty.
because I'm not thinking about it from a business perspective, it's like let them show up in their best condition instead of shop worn from their recent actually really difficult run.
Oh, so you want to build up the fight?
Yeah. Have them fight like not even because they're all like top 10. Have them fight like a top 20 guy in the division. Maybe bring up a welterweight who like an older welterweight. Like it's your time. Have them on the same card of the undercard of one of these Raj season cards.
It's like a
and
comeback
then-
fight.
Yeah. Let everyone see that they're not like just opponents. These guys can both headline and bang, and then you have them bang with each other.
That's the thing, though. I feel like doing that, they would lose the opportunity to fight each other at one point. Because I mean, assuming they do that, they're also going to be moving up in the ranks, correct?
Yeah.
Meaning
But they're
other people would want to fight them.
Yeah, they're out of the picture, but like in terms of like the sort of thinning top of the division, because the way it's just how it is. Like these Riyadh season cards put a bunch of ranked opponents against each other. The top of the division kind of thins out.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're out, you're kind of out until the division sorts itself out.
I can see what you're saying. I
Yeah.
agree with you to a certain extent, but I don't think it's gotten to that point yet.
No, not yet.
They're
Okay.
not, I don't think they're at that point.
No.
I think the Crawford invasion just kind of shook up the division a little bit. Also with
Yeah,
with
actually.
Jamel, with Charlo leaving the division as well, kind of shook it up as well. But I mean, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in the future because it's heating up a lot. It's heating up a lot. And with Fedora having 2 titles, I mean that's up for grabs. I mean, I don't want to hate on Fedora right now. He's a hell of a fighter, but for all the other guys in the division, it's 2 free titles for the taking, in my opinion. But we'll get to that a little later on in the next podcast when we talk about Fedora.
Especially because this division is just, they're all very close, like, and they're all fun. It's not like, that's the big thing. Like as a viewer,
For sure.
as a viewer and like an enthusiast that these fights getting put together, they're fun.
There's no Rigondeaux or Shakur up there. You know what I mean? They're all bang. They all bang.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be fun. I mean, this fight, you could say that maybe Israel Madrimov, he's a little he kind of fights off the back foot. I mean, this fight you kind of did see he did fight on the back foot a lot. But you know what? I think that's the most you're gonna see out of the division.
These fights, there's something to be said about like a nice sloppy war, but also just it's something that is it's the sport at its best when you get guys who can box, like really box, but you know they want to engage. And that's something you see a lot with this division.
I think this division is going to become a classic.
Offensive technicians versus defensive technicians.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's names.
Someone I want to see get in the mix, like regardless of like the top, the very top. I want to see Charles Conwell start really getting in the mix here.
Yeah, I was.
He could really shake things up.
I've been a believer. I haven't been on the podcast before, but I've been a Charles Conwell believer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him the last few fights I've watched.
Yeah, it's just very.
We'll see what
solid.
happens with him.
Yeah.
So
I guarantee you, this division is going to be a classic in the future, though. Like people are going to remember this, like how people remember the welterweight division with Mayweather. You know what I mean?
The last time it was Jarrett Hurd, Tony Harrison, Charlo, Brian
Castaño.
Yeah, those were the guys.
But they all had. That was fun because they were all flawed. Like here, there's
also
no
J-Rock
like
and Lara
J-Rock.
Arslandi was at 154 at the time.
Yeah.
At the time, yeah.
And for Virgil, it's got to be a title shot next, right?
He has to.
absolutely.
If not, I'm raging.
There can't be anything else.
There's no.
He
He
has
needs
to.
to activate his mandatory. He has 2 interim titles, correct?
Yeah.
I think so.
Let me look on box real quick. Hold up.
BoxRec is down at the moment.
Boss Rec is down.
dang
It's
it.
actually horrible. It's actually horrible timing.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to look up who was at when we were talking about the light heavyweights. I was quiet because I'm like over here like raging. Like what the fuck is wrong with it?
Yeah.
But, so I went
Here,
to
ESPN got me.
Fight Facts. It's actually not too bad. He has the WBA gold.
Oh.
Whatever the hell that
Yeah.
is.
That's not
Honestly,
an interim title.
It's not.
Regardless of his interim titles, I need to see like Bakram and Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Murat Saliev and Virgil is
That's
they're good operators. Their offenses are stellar to watch, and they both, unless proven otherwise, they both have very solid chins that can hold up to what they can throw at each other. Like that's a classic.
That's for sure a classic, but that's going to be really dangerous for Virgil, in my opinion. Bakram is a guy you cannot mess with. You know, you cannot you can't have any mistake with that guy because he's going to catch you.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, like the patience he showed in these last couple fights is like before we saw this like extra dimension mentally from him, you could be like, yeah, Bakram's gonna catch him. Here with the patience, it's less likely that he gets caught super clean.
For sure.
Without
like how he
asserting
got-
himself first.
Yeah.
Because that jab, like again, Virgil's jab is probably the best part of his offense. Because you see, like the clip you mentioned where he can paw at it, it only comes out of that like just piston like jab at the start of the fight.
Sure.
She always comes out firing that thing.
With Bakram specifically, he's a really good finisher.
Absolutely.
The way he finished Tim Tszyu was scary. I remember watching that. It's giving me flat, honestly.
I was
in disbelief. But the way he finished Tim Tszyu was crazy. So Virgil cannot mess up like that at all.
No, absolutely.
It's a good title shot, though. It's a good title.
Good
title
as
to
ma-
get.
Good ass matchup.
Yeah.
Because it's Fandora, and then Crawford and Bakram. Crawford's moving up, so he's going to be vacating the title. So, I
Who's
mean,
number
he
2
could fight.
in the WBA.
Oh, damn, I don't know if we can check.
I'm looking this up. I got this. I
Yeah,
got
I'm looking
this.
it up too.
Because maybe he could get a WBA title when Crawford vacates, which
Yeah,
I
you
think.
got
Super well.
you got
Lubin, right?
Lubin.
Yeah, Lubin.
It'd be Lubin or Jesus Ramos.
Oh, okay. Pace Ramos. Oh my god.
I would like for it to be Lubin simply so that he could be punished for being on the
Robbing Ramos.
for robbing Ramos. Even though it
Yeah.
wasn't his
Yeah.
fault, he still has to pay for it.
He's got to be punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
benefiting.
Lubin.
We'll talk about
you were
Robert
fun.
right now,
You were fun to watch in the last era. Your time has come.
All right, let's move on from Virgil to Age Caballel, KO6 over Gile Zhang. I don't know what Caballel's theme song is, so I'm gonna play the Joe Joyce one. Gonna cut it in right here because, man, Big Bang, very small bang. He got the knockdown? I think that was in round 3, and that was it. I was worried, legitimately worried, because I was really pulling for Caballel. I've been pulling for Caballel for a while. So I was really happy to see the way this turned out.
Is it bad that like I really don't think this was like unexpected? Like if I closed my eyes and thought of this matchup beforehand, I'd be like, yeah, it's about right. Caballel gets knocked down and then Zhang's body shuts down.
No, I think you had good intuition.
Yeah, because like Zhang, like remember his draw with Jerry Forrest, where like he literally almost died. Like if Zhang was ever gonna get stopped, it was gonna be on like a conditioning in like secondish half,
Mm-hmm.
and it was gonna be to the body.
Yeah, that was probably the most valid way of knocking out Big Bang Zhang. It's not even via the knockout via the head. It would have been the body, just so it could make him take a knee. You know.
I think, Alex, last time when we were previewing it, you had mentioned Zhang and Killer Instinct, and I feel like the Killer Instinct failed him again because he had the knockdown,
Yeah.
and Caballel was in trouble, but he didn't press the issue.
He didn't
was
press the issue.
He let him get away with it pretty much. I don't understand why he keeps doing this.
Honestly,
just-
I don't understand why I took that. I don't know why I had the thing. Honestly, I should have realized that I was too high on the Shank supply, in my opinion.
It's just it's a gas thing because like you say with Joyce, he caught him so deep, but on these like even Parker and stuff, he doesn't catch him that deep or that clean.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
get what you mean.
Like he's a very single shot guy.
The
Would you
thing
say
with-
he's
with-
looking for a big bang.
Yeah,
yeah.
Go for it.
his legs just can't carry him any further.
No.
That's a 41-year-old man. I mean, like
41.
George Foreman wasn't the most limber like he was in
Yeah.
the 70s when he like Rumble in the Jungle.
It did make me sad to see Big Bang Zhang get knocked out like that, though. It was
I
pretty
think
sad.
he's still gonna be in the mix with these fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
He's not done.
We'll talk about it later, but I do want to see him with a certain fighter we're talking about in a bit coming
Oh,
up.
yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
honestly, Adi Caballel, I want to see him. I kind of want to see him get a title shot now. As that's crazy to say that, I want to see him fight.
He has
Usyk.
an interim title now.
I don't want to see him fight Usyk because like I feel like Usyk like the way Caballel sets up his body attack is that like just the way he does it. Anyone with more speed than like the average heavyweight is gonna feast on that. Sad to say.
For sure. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right.
It's got to be later
Man.
when Usyk's gone.
Yeah. Maybe Dubois then.
It's not going to
Yeah,
be long.
Dubois.
before
No,
Usyk's out
like
of it.
Usyk's 2 and done, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
He's got 2 more left in him.
that's what he says.
Interesting. Maybe you could say fucking. You could fight Big Bang Zhang.
Well,
Honestly, if Zhang kind of did knock out Caballel, he would be the mandatory for
Usyk. He would.
Usyk. Yeah, I mean that would have been a weird timeline, huh?
I think Zhang actually suffers heat stroke and dies in that fight.
Yeah, probably.
He fucking dies.
Honestly, that was kind of an interesting take from my part, but It's okay. I got to get back anyways. That wasn't that important. That one wasn't too crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about my other one in a bit.
Now Shakur Stevenson, TKO 9 over very late replacement Josh Padley. The fight played out similar to Yoshino in that Stevenson stood right in the pocket and traded with him, dodged everything pretty much, but was in the zone, I guess. And it took him 9 fucking rounds.
Yeah.
9 fucking rounds.
Are we gonna? Are you guys gonna call on Shakur, or do you want me to?
You go ahead.
Yeah, you kick it off. What do you got?
The fact he went 9 with someone like that, I mean, I gotta give it to Josh Padley. In my eyes, he won the fight. I don't care what y'all say.
He won the story of the fight.
He won the story of the fight, and on a day notice or 2-day notice?
Yep.
He did the best he could have done. Okay, and look, the way that Shakur Stevenson fought that, I think he kind of injured his hand in the middle of the fight, right?
He says he did. Probably.
Look,
He always says he did though.
Yeah.
Look. I think hold up. I think if Floyd Schofield was fighting him, hold up. If Floyd Schofield was fighting him, I think Floyd Schofield could have won that fight. I'm sorry.
That version of Shakur.
Yes.
Yeah, but we know that version isn't showing up against
Schofield.
Schofield. Like Schofield's a legitimate threat. It's a different. You get a Rigo Classic if
Yeah, there you go.
Schofield shows up.
But he didn't, unfortunately. Do you guys believe the rumors with Schofield that he was
Poison?
Poison?
Not poison. Not a poison.
He got poisoned.
He didn't get. Whoa. Okay, I don't believe that. I do think he got sick though. Don't
Oh,
get me wrong.
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
Dubois also got sick. Like that was just like definitely one guy had a cold, and then at one of those dumbass press events Turkey did, spread around the illness.
Honestly, I think that happened when they did that where they sat in the ring with that awful ass fucking interview. I think that's when they caught it. Yeah, I was so scared for this whole card because once Schofield fell through and then Dubois fell through, I thought everybody else was gonna start falling.
Especially Beterbiev, who's a
Fragile old man.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I got scared for that.
That was a big one. That honestly, the people saying that Shakur poisoned Schofield are so funny because I'm like, yeah, Shakur totally poisoned him so he could look like shit against an electrician.
Yeah,
the fix was in.
The blue collar bomber.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Honestly, Josh Padley, credit to him. He went out there, exerted himself probably less than at his average shift as an electrician, and got to retire from it and actually follow his dream.
Yeah.
And you know what? Shakur, not only did he fight Shakur, he got to deal with Matchroom.
Yep, he did.
Oh, he won.
Like he's
And
totally getting paid.
He might just get a rematch with Shakur in the future.
No,
You never know.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I want to see that. I kind of do want to see it.
Padley seeing he signed with Matchroom only to see he's fighting a unknown Mexican with a 22-4-1 record.
22 with 20 knockouts.
20 knockouts. Nickname is some kind of animal.
Tiger.
Tigre? I don't know.
Tiger, yeah.
But
we went to the same
do you guys agree with my take about how Schofield could have beat him that Shakur that night?
The Stevenson that showed up versus Padley, probably.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna give you another chance to shine here. Carlos Adames.
Oh my god.
Split draw. Hamza Shiraz. I was pulling for Shiraz. We talked about that.
Same, actually. This is very disappointing from Shiraz.
That was dog shit from Shiraz. That was a dog shit performance. Carlos Adames fucking won. There's no question in my mind about it. All right.
Yeah.
There you go. Go off.
Okay, dude. Hold up. Respectfully. Fuck y'all.
No.
Fuck y'all. I knew Carlos Adames was gonna win, and they fucking robbed him. They fucking robbed the guy.
Robbed.
He went to Rio. Oh, not Rio. He went to Riyadh and fought in a kangaroo court ass fight. That was one of the bullshit things I've ever seen. And Actually, hold up. I don't want to say it. I don't want to spoil it, but that was bullshit until recently, which we'll talk about next podcast. But Carlos Adames came to Riyadh, he fought Turkey's lapdog. You saw it during the fight, dude. You saw in the middle of the fight that Turkey went up to Hamza Shiraz's corner and told him, "You're down, this, and that." Remember?
So about that, what I heard is also that he went to tell Shiraz himself about the scoring, and he sent someone else to Adames' corner to tell them the scoring. People only saw Turkey because he's he's noticeable.
Oh, okay.
It's open scoring. WBC they do it all the time. So this isn't a surprise.
Yeah, like what was Morales? Morales, Danny Garcia.
Canelo, Austin Trout.
It's the same way. Yeah,
that's my fault because I thought that it was only Turkey.
I thought so
but
too.
you can blame that on how DAZN presents things though. That's just that's a production error, not because like they have like the ability to just show both.
They could have shown
corners.
Both. Yeah.
It's just a production problem.
You could tell that everybody thought Hamza Shiraz lost, okay? Except, of course, a certain person named Turkey Al-Sheikh. The fix was in, and I'm pissed. I was pissed, rightfully so, because I would, Leo, you know, I chose Carlos Adames, dude.
Yeah, I know.
And all another too, to all the fucking people that called in and told me I was wrong, okay? Y'all are casuals. You see how much knowledge I have from that, okay? I don't care what y'all say. I had that right. I had
all
that
the
right.
Casuals.
I'm a fucking casual.
This is shots fired to my own kind at this point because I am actually a casual as well. But at the same time, I was right about Carlos Adames. Okay, I was right, and I'm proud of that. I don't care what anybody says to me.
Yeah,
I was right about Carlos Adames.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
I am so severely disappointed in Hamza Shiraz.
Yep.
Having actually watched him, like up to now.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, this guy's game is so flat.
Do you think he was sick too, like everyone else? Maybe.
No.
Yeah, actually, Adames poisoned him. That's the theory.
Man,
Yeah,
that's the real.
real
Real ones know. Real eyes, real eyes.
Fucking poison spell rolled for initiative. He got a fucking 1. It sucks to suck, Hamza.
Turkey's just evening the thumb on the scales, evening it out.
Yeah.
Where do you guys think Hamza Shiraz goes from here?
That is a good question. I would say
hopefully a rematch.
They should do that again.
They'll run it back.
I do not want to see I don't want to see Hamza Shiraz near a title shot.
Hey, honestly, this is a bit of a karmic justice, I'd say, considering you can debate that Adames robbed Derevyanchenko.
You can't
back in 2021.
You can, if you want.
Totally can't. That was a majority decision. Like I feel like it was a bit of karmic justice, having no stake in this game other than disappointment.
I will say, you know what? Honestly, you are right, but at the same time, Hamza Shiraz is also Turkey's lapdog. This is a whole different ball game compared to that fight.
They're just Muslims, because I don't know. I don't think they know each other personally or anything.
Is that sarcasm?
No.
You don't think that Turkey stuck his neck out for Hamza?
Oh, he did.
To be fair, like who?
He did.
No, but for next steps, like who in the middleweight division do we actually want to see fight? It's such a dead division.
I want to see Janibek.
Janibek is all there is.
Yeah, Janibek and like Arizrati Lara in the retirement home. And...
I just want Lara's belt. He can keep fighting all he wants. Just stop holding that thing hostage, please.
Well, he's got to but someone's got to beat him for it though. It's not like he hasn't fought like other middleweights.
Well, you can't be fighting like Maciej Sulecki or Danny Garcia or fucking Shane Mosley Jr. and be expected.
Well, like who else is there?
Legitimate champion.
They could have an in-house unification.
Yeah, like give me like actually
That would
yeah.
be a perfect
Adames
undercard
Lara.
fight right there.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
See,
Put
the
that-
shitty
put
part,
that on the-
shitty
on the
part
next
there though is that I think Lara beats Adamas.
No.
I think
Come on,
Lara
man.
beats Adamas.
Late stage
That's
Come
like
Lara
on,
is
man.
different. Late stage Lara hits different.
No, I think
he
Adames
doesn't. He doesn't have the legs to move, so he actually has to use his offense now.
Yep.
I think Adames wins that fight. I'm not trying to be an
Yeah.
Adames laser because if anything, I'm a Janovic laser. But I don't want to see Erzlandi Lara versus Janovic. That would be boring.
I don't
Oh,
think
fuck,
so.
Yeah.
I think Lara
Uh,
Lara without legs is
Lara isn't boring and hasn't been for a bit. He just like he's
No.
so old. He can't move.
he
He
can't
can't
run
move like
anymore.
he used to.
It's not from no. I'm not saying it's boring from Lara's part. It's boring. It would be boring from Janovic's part.
Because Janibek really showed that much of a ceiling though. Like no fault of his own. Middleweight kind of stinks,
Yeah, it's not his fault.
but he did come up under the top rank protection program.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, you know, you can hate me for this. I kind of want to see Janovic versus Canelo.
I do. I
You can hit.
said that a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's better. He's better. He's better than. Yeah,
Skull.
Because
I'll
he's
give
got
you that.
power. He's got power. He's got good boxing skill. And I think that could really kind of throw Canelo.
And
really
that's
throw Canelo around
exactly
the ring.
why he's not gonna fight him fucking ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's never really gonna get any fights ever.
Saul
He's gonna-
Dinero Alvarez.
Oh boy.
Payday. You won, payday. Bottom line, dude. I'll take this. Take this dub.
Yeah.
Carlos Adames. Even though it was a draw on paper, he still won in my eyes.
Oh,
I
you
think
got another
one
one of
everyone
those
else's eyes.
coming up too.
Oh yeah. Well, that
Draw.
was a little more technical, but
Yeah.
we'll talk about that next week.
More draws.
All right, moving up. Joseph fucking Parker just murks Martin Bacoli. Bacoli came in on a few days' notice, just like Josh Padley did. So, 315-pound African fellow coming from the Congo, coming out of nowhere. They kept calling him the dark horse of heavyweight. I absolutely agree with that, but let's not. I don't know. I think we're putting too much stock in this win for Joseph Parker. So.
Yeah, like Macaulay's a guy who very clearly and always has never trained outside of camp.
Mhm.
The only rounds he's doing, if he doesn't have a fight scheduled, are at the buffet with Dan Rafael. This guy's not training. This guy like rolled off the couch and cashed probably ate on the plane.
Well, honestly, you gotta give respect to Bacoli, dude.
Stepped in.
He took this fight. He stepped in. The fight was gonna get canceled, but he stepped in.
Yeah,
Like, how-
absolutely.
How many people do you think? And also kind of like highly
He torpedoed his ranking.
Yeah, like higher rankings, would go and do that. I don't think anybody's done that in boxing. And I don't even know how long.
So, like
I
respect.
know Manny
but al-
Pacquiao did it, but that was the last time I
Respect.
remember that.
How I feel about Parker has not changed though.
No. Yeah, that's
No.
a good way to put it.
I also don't think any differently about Bacoli either.
Yeah, I don't look at him too negatively. Support for this episode is from Malwarebytes. Protecting yourself online is an absolute must, and it takes a lot more than just an antivirus to keep yourself safe in an ever-evolving world of attack sophistication. I've been working in IT for almost 20 years, and I've been trusting my personal network security to Malwarebytes for most of it. The browser add-on is another nice feature that keeps your system healthy if, let's just say, you want to watch sports on less than reputable websites. Combine that with real-time 24/7 intrusion detection and you're already cooking. I have the standard subscription package, which includes 24/7 malware protection, ad blocking, and protection from ransomware and phishing attacks. I use this on all of the computers that are in my network and even my phone. If you want to step it up to the Plus package, you'll also get the VPN in addition to everything else, which is, useful for watching random sports in Japan or Eastern Europe, if you are so inclined to do that. Start your 14-day free trial today and see the range of options Malwarebytes has to offer. And when, not if, you're impressed and ready to get the subscription, go to mwb.lux.b, get 50% off your subscription. mwb.lvx.be. Support for this episode is from Ramen Bay. Whether you're a student living in a dorm, busy professional grabbing a quick lunch, or simply a ramen enthusiast looking for an easy upgrade, Ramen Bay is the answer. It's not just about convenience, it's about quality. Made with only the finest ingredients, freeze-dried to lock in the freshness and the flavor, each packet is a carefully crafted concoction to deliver a balanced and delicious taste. If you enjoy ramen, like actual ramen, with good broth, good noodles, good flavor, these additions are a must. My personal favorites, the enoki mushrooms add a lovely little crunch that hides inside of the noodles, and the oyster mushrooms make the flavor rich and makes the meal feel a lot heartier. The original blends are also pretty good. I recommend checking out the kimchi style, just my suggestion. Pour it into the water as you're boiling your noodles up and you're good to go. Say goodbye to bland, boring bullshit and hit up the bay for ramen and chill. If you want to get 10% off every order and you want to help us out a little bit in the process, go to ramen.lux.b. Gotta be honest with you, as I'm finishing recording this, I'm about to go make some. Thinking about enoki mushrooms got me grumbling a little bit. So check out the Ramen Bay with this link, ramen.lvx.be. Get 10% off every order. Let's get the last one out of the way. Dimitri Bivol, majority decision over Artur Beterbiev. I am of the mind, even though I feel Beterbiev won the first, or not Beterbiev, Bivol won the first fight. I feel Bivol won this one too, but they wanted to set up the trilogy. I feel like
this fight is how the first one should have gone. It should not have taken Bivol 24 rounds to get to figure out the ghost of Beterbiev.
You remember Leo, when we were talking last week about how we didn't think Bivol could fight a more perfect fight, that he already fought the perfect fight?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible to be wrong about that, but we were wrong. I think Bivol fought an even better fight than the first time.
He won this one more definitively.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And you know what? The roles were flipped. Where Bivol came all out in the past the 6th round, right? But he kind of played possum for the first 6. The latter half of the fight, he just gave it his all.
Well, it's not a defect that Bivol has, because he has his style, but he's always just never put on like against an opponent, because he didn't it's just the lack of an exclamation mark when it matters. Because you can shoe shine Joe Smith in the 12th round of a match you've 12-0'd him for, but there's just a lack of urgency that's shown up sometimes. You're telling me that Craig Richards really belonged in there with him for 12?
He's a robot. He's a boxing robot. You program him with the game plan. That's what he does. And
absolutely. I'm not saying there's anything super wrong with it, but just
a feature. It's not a bug.
Yeah, but with their in terms of when you're in with the elite opponents of your career, you just need that exclamation mark over a round.
A fire in your
ass. We're gonna talk about this with our on the next podcast. Where specifically I'm gonna talk about the need for an exclamation mark.
Yeah,
because
fire.
We have the benefit of every camera view possible. These judges sit on one side of the ring, and sometimes you don't see the finer work, which is why the exclamation mark, even if it's not as effective as your other work, it's just needed so all the judges see it.
I think Beterbiev should. Is it about time? He's gonna do the trilogy, of course, but after that,
no.
Is there anything?
That's it. There's nothing.
There's nothing for him to do.
I don't want to see trilogy.
I don't either.
To be fair, these fights are good enough that I could watch these guys fight each other every 4 months and keep flipping the result.
For sure.
I just think do one more just so that way you have Bivol can really stamp a unanimous decision. And we get, because Bivol improved throughout these fights as they went on. We get a real peak Bivol that he a level that he hopefully stays at. And then Beterbiev can just retire having only fallen short against the absolute best of the era.
Yeah.
The thing is, in my eyes, Bivol won 2 times. I don't need to see a third. And the thing is that what if Better Beef does win third? What happens? Do you have to do a fourth?
No, I would.
You
say
know?
I don't
that's
mind
it.
that.
I wouldn't mind it either, but I think that they would call it.
It
Call
needs
it
to be
done.
decisive, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like, it
true,
would,
yeah.
like if Better BF catches him, stops him, it like say what you will about 36 rounds for one punch, but it is what it is. It's decisive.
Pacquiao Marquez.
I would get. I really like this
In all
fight. and I liked the
fairness,
last fight
in
as
all
well.
fairness, Marquez. If it wasn't for like the 6 million knockdowns in the first round of their first fight, Marquez totally owned him.
Mm-hmm.
Marquez just had his number.
It's true. It's true. And I think with Bivol Beterbiev, I just want to see Benavidez get a title shot.
Oh, please.
That's it.
Please.
That's it. That's it. Because he's been sidelined his whole career, besides the coke.
Well, it's his own fault though. Like at 168, it was his own fault.
it was his own
He got
fault.
stripped. He got stripped twice for things that were his fault.
Yeah, but you know what? He had a comeback, dude. He came back and he was healthy. I think he deserved it.
You fumbled 2 shots at a Canelo payday because Canelo at that point in time was just gonna go for the titles.
Well, did he get vacated or did
He
Did
had
they-
the
did they take away his
WBC
title?
belt. He missed weight once and then popped for cocaine once.
well the thing is for that was that during Canelo's 168 run or was that before?
Right. The cocaine was at the start of it.
Bringing it back to light heavyweight real quick,
Mhm.
so we can
Absolutely.
wrap up this portion. We got fucking so the rematch is next. Unfortunately, would you call it the 3 match? I'm good at those.
I like that one.
I think
Repeat, or revenge.
I think a good holding fight is Callum Smith versus Benavidez. Just they're both mandatories. I don't think that goes well for Callum Smith, and he probably wouldn't take it. Like when he could just wait and get a title shot.
Smith gets his ass beat so bad.
Yeah, I just want
That's for
Benavidez
sure.
to be the undisputed mandatory challenger.
But man, that's
Give me-
why?
You can stick Buatsi Gvozdyk. You can make that a light heavyweight bonanza because you do Buatsi Gvozdyk, you do Morel Yard. Make it.
I
fun.
do not want to see Benavidez become the first undisputed inner light heavyweight. Title holder.
At light heavyweight, yeah. Shakur
Yeah.
or William Zepeda did it at lightweight, so that's fun.
Oh yeah,
That'd be horrible.
be hilarious, but it would be horrible.
Anything more for the Riyadh card before we move on?
It's the best card ever.
Ever.
I think that I just want to say that it was a little underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, but on paper it was supposed to be the best card of the century.
Okay, the next one is the best card of the century.
There you go.
Yeah, it's always coming soon. Trademark.
Canelo versus William Skull, a fan favorite.
No, I was talking about the Arkham Asylum in the Times Square.
Oh, Fatal Fury.
Fatal
Those
Fury is,
the
Eubank versus Ben.
no, I'm talking about the mental patients at 140
Yeah,
that they're just releasing on Times Square.
That's fun.
That's gonna be an interesting fight right there.
All right, let me
All
do
of them.
this really quick. All right, that's the separation. And moving into previews, not a whole lot going on. So I really scraped the bottom of the barrel here. In Indio, California, on DAZN, Golden Boy Fight Night. I don't know who these dudes are. Grant Flores versus Laquan Evans. That's the headline. There's a Mongolian dude in the co-main, and Mongolian people are rugged. So if nothing else, tune in for that one at the very least. But that's on the 6th, Thursday. Friday, March 7th, bunch of bullshit. Boxer. This one's on Peacock in the US.
Oh come on, Carolyn Dubois is fun to watch.
Yes, this one's not actually bullshit.
Carlos Dubois is actually fun to watch.
yeah.
It's not that terrible.
Yeah, Natasha Jonas versus Lauren Price is a headline. I believe it's a 3-belt unification, and that should be fun. I believe there's a bit of a rivalry there, and Caroline Dubois.
Like if you can stand the rule set of women's boxing, it's fun.
Actually, the one in a moment is going to be interesting note to add to it. But yeah, the women's rules are lame. It's unfortunate. They deserve better. WBC lightweight champ Caroline Dubois in the co-main versus Bomi Reshin. That's fun.
That'll be interesting.
Wasserman. You can see a very keyed up Sauerland brother. Chances are you'll catch one of them on the camera. 2 fights only really worth
Michael
noting.
Conlon.
Yeah, Mickey Conlon is back versus Asad Asif Khan. Don't know who that is. That's at 130.
Looking to get back in the top 500.
Hey. And Harlem Eubank versus Tyrone McKenna, IBF Intercontinental 147. Both of those start about midday. I don't know where to watch the Wasserman card, so I don't know. Put your sails up. Oh,
We're gonna see the high
Yard.
skis.
look who decided to join me. It's Tubbs. Hi, buddy. All right. Moving on. Last card for the 7th. This is on DAZN. Most valuable promotions.
Jake Paul?
No, his promo, yeah, but not
Yeah.
him not fighting.
Yeah.
One card
No.
or one fight on the card worth that I honestly can only recognize is Lucas Body. He's back after that great. This is a
KO of
MVP
the year.
Yeah, KO comeback of the year. This is MVP / Matchroom, as I understand it. And he's fighting Ryan James Rakaza. And that's
That's
your
gonna
card.
be.
My
Is he even ranked?
honestly, my comment about these cards. No,
Doesn't look like
probably actually. Probably like top 20 in like the WBA or something. Honestly,
it. The ranking, like these numbers that I have here, are from boxing.
these are like low key like
Low key what?
low key. They're like pro box cards though, and like they're fun value. They're not as meaningful at all because you're just building prospects.
Yeah, they're
but
developmental
Like they're
cards.
fun.
Yeah. I always point them out because, like, if you like boxing or if you love it, watch it. That's all there really is to do is watch it.
No, you got nothing to do after work. Like it's this or cracking the hog. This is better.
All right.
We like that. Yeah.
All right. Saturday, March 8th. Just one really quickly. Danny Swift Garcia, he's in the promotion game now. This fight is going to be on this new service that I just found out about. So it's new to me. BXNGTV.com. That's boxing TV, right? Pro Box. Actually, like low key, good. A lot of names on here that I don't really recognize. Gabriel Murataya, he's a Robert Garcia kid. And he's actually pretty damn good. Not as good as his brother, obviously, but
Nicholas Walters is still around.
yeah. So moving up,
Fun.
let me cherry pick on the way up here. So I already gave you Gabe Murataya, Kelvin Davis, DB3 on me.
DB3, all me.
As of right now, I don't know who his opponent is, so I don't know. The last 2 fights on the bill, the co-main, Luis Torres Valenzuela versus Nicholas Walters. Yes, that Nicholas Walters. And Arnold Kegai versus Joet Gonzalez. The main looks pretty good. So that's
Main's
fun.
gonna be fun as hell.
Yeah. If
If you just like boxing, the main is really fun. Yeah, that's just got to be their tagline at this point.
Loki.
We're like the pro box of
It's a low-key good card.
Pro Box
this podcast is like the pro box of podcasts. Yeah. We're like the low key
Yeah.
but fun.
I usually
Low
say
key but
this-
good.
Yeah.
I usually say this on the MMA show where it's like, sorry, the MMA people, but boxing is where it's at this weekend. this
Mhm.
time, like, I think UFC 313 is looking a little bit more stacked. That might be why
Get
nobody's
yourself a
putting
second-
shit on this one.
Get a second monitor, have Pro Box, have UFC, and alternate between the one that is more fun at the moment.
Yeah.
Pro box. I'm playing.
Oh. Well, that's it.
That's a Pro Box shit. We're Pro Box on this podcast. I'm gonna
100%.
chill it till the day I die.
For sure.
I have never said a negative thing about Pro Box, and it's because I mean it. I have nothing negative to say about them. Even Paulie, who, as a person outside of the boxing sphere, I really don't care for him, but he's awesome on the show, on every show. They
When
put
he's
on.
when he's commentating, he cares about. Again, like this leads to my
loves
greater
boxing.
point.
Mhm.
He loves boxing. It's not about him. It's about the fight in front of him.
Yeah,
Sometimes his bias leaks through towards like boxers versus punchers, but
yeah,
like
of course.
Mhm.
that's just part of the flavor, though. You know what you're getting.
Algeria's
He
kind
doesn't,
of the same way, but he can respect punchers just because he's been in with some solid ones.
He's gotten hit by punchers and Conor Ben, so
Chris Algieri is a pretty good fighter. Not a pretty good fighter, pretty good commentator. I like him.
I like him as a commentator a lot. The dude is really smart.
Yeah.
All right, let me do
it's
this.
just
thing.
the people he's paired with.
All right. 'Cause
Do you guys
that-
remember when I fought Sean Porter? Y'all remember when I fought Lev Judah?
I
He doesn't do that.
remember Fucking when you got wrecked by Errol Spence, buddy.
Yeah, I
all right.
remember when they pulled him off. They pulled him off the commentary booth to go get his ass kicked by Conor Ben.
That was my side piece.
Yeah, actually,
That was Malinaji.
yeah. So, You've been listening to the Boxing B-Sides, a Lux Media production. If you'd like to give your thoughts, or you need to tell us how fucking casual you think we are, you can be a duck and text our anonymous line 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on your business, call and leave a voice message or send a voice note in WhatsApp. And if you're entertaining enough, you'll make the final cut of the release. 833-LUXPODS. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVX Media Net, all one word. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the rest of that shit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. A lot of stuff gets cut from the final release, so if you want the raw audio exactly as it's recorded, look us up on Patreon, LVX Media Net over there just like everywhere else. You can also get the ad-free version of the episode you just heard over there as well. Even if you don't sign up on Patreon, you can still help us out by checking out our ad sponsors. You can also help by giving us a rating on your preferred podcast app. And don't forget, shop.lvx.be is where you can get some merch and help us while also snagging some threads for yourself. Intro and outro by Middle of Nowhere Beats. And for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. Right, so we're going to wrap up here.
Bye.
Parting words. I'll start with this one. Actually, you said side piece and it reminded me that I've been running those with Shanada. Since she's out in Japan, scheduling with you guys is a little difficult. So we've been doing that. It's
Oh yeah.
it's a little bit looser of a framework. We're not running down every single card that's coming up, but it's still a lot of fun. So keep your eye out for that. And fucking dude, watch Pro Box. Watch it.
Pro Box good.
It's good.
His own bad. Top rank worse.
Top rank horse.
At least
Oh,
top
BBC,
rank.
BBC's on the floor.
At least Top Rank and broadcast and Pro Box, they both broadcast in 1080p, and DAZN is still in fucking DVD quality.
Isn't that crazy
Oh my
how
God.
fucking
That is-
Pro Box has better quality than the fucking card of the century?
Yeah,
That's crazy, huh?
Hey, it's no longer the card of the century. The next one's the card of the century. They'll get it right on the next one.
That's true. Ryan Garcia.
all right. Parting
Yeah,
words.
that's
What do
just
you guys
like.
got?
Oh, I kept it to 6 words.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. I'll repeat my 6 words. Pro Box good. DAZN bad.
Good one.
Top rank worse.
That's good. It's good. My turn now, right?
Yep, that's you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I love boxing. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen these next couple months. For the next month, it's gonna be a little slow, but still a solid month. We just gotta wait till Ennis comes up. Okay. But you know what? I'll say it again. I love boxing. I love you all who watch this podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. With that, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, you know what we're talking about next time. You already know. All right. We'll see you on the other side of this interesting weekend.